Well. Let's see if it works. Okay, let me share. As people get in here, boom. Hello, girls. Just sharing on Discord first here. So, like that. Boom, perfect. Cool. Okay. Why is the chat not loading? Okay, here we go. Okay. Bradley Johnson. Okay, I can only see it on the screen here, but hello, Alexander. Because the chat was a little behind here where I can see it. But anyway, I can see it. Hello, Cody. Okay, a lot of people. I was not expecting that much because usually at this point, you know, a little late, at least Danish time, late 9:30. Usually there's not so many people here. But wife is out, so I have time. And actually, I think we'll start to look at something that you mentioned, Keltosam, because well, mainly I'm still working on this. No, Truxty, no, stop. Thank you, but thank you, Truxty. And Truxty's here too, we can see. Anyway, so I'm currently working on upgrading to Unity 6. Well, I have upgraded to Unity 6. I have also upgraded the most important packages, the network packages, and all seems to be working fine. So yesterday I pushed it to the experimental branch, as some of you might have seen. So we can just share some visuals too. So let me show you here. So update history. So I pushed it to the experimental branch. So that means that if you want to try it out, you can go to the experimental branch on Steam and then switch to this branch, this version. And this version is the first version released to the experimental one. We have had some internal private ones, but now everybody can join if they want. And this release is the first one that is built with Unity 6. So that in itself doesn't do a lot. Well, it might do, hopefully it do some performance and whatever things, but there's no feature changes. Everything should basically work as it used to. Seen from your point of view. There are some developer things that is better for me. I can better now, as we will see maybe later in the stream, but I have showed it previously, a better way to test multiplayer, because I can now in Unity just with one button start up X amount, 2 or 3 or 5, and one, 2 or 3 or 4 clients, so I can easily test multiplayer stuff and some other developer Unity editor things, but in general, it should work fine. So that's what we are testing on the experimental branch. We're basically testing that things are working as they normally do. There are some mods, as I'm also writing down here in the known issues. There are some issues right now with, for instance, the Better Graphics mods, because it's using Cinemachine and TextMesh Pro. And Gonako need to update the mod with a new mod tools that I'm building, so it works with the new version. But we're working on that. But right now, Better Graphics mod in this version doesn't work at all. The game will not start up correctly. It should give better performance. Yeah, Bradley. Yeah, I guess there are some performance in the Unity 6 too. I haven't actually done a measurement, as such. I'm mainly been focusing on making sure that it works. So that's my main goal here. Will the new mod tools add more? Well, yes, a little actually. Because now TextMesh Pro is now a built-in thing in Unity 6. So using the upgraded version of the mod tools will also make you upgrade to Unity 6, upgrade your modding project to Unity 6, and thereby you will have you will no longer use the external TextMesh Pro package. You will use the built-in one. That makes some changes. And also the Cinemachine have changed some namespaces. So if you're using that, you will have some code things you need to fix. But I guess only Gonako does that. But anyway, in the mod tools, I've now included as a test, I've included the fonts that I'm using in the game. So hopefully that should. And I actually haven't tested. Actually, I should test that actually. That it points to the same, that actually does this reference thing. But I think it will. Anyway, I've included the fonts that I use in the game. So when you do some text in a mod, you can use the same font as I'm using. So in the game, it will use the regular font, the normal font. As you can see, didn't I put it in here somewhere? No, that's in the mod tools description. I put that in, of course, it's not in here. But anyway, that's not out yet. I'm still testing it myself, and Gonako is also going to test it at some point. So does that mean before people switch to this version, they need to unsubscribe from that mod? No, you don't have to unsubscribe, Bradley. You just have to not check it off. You know, before you start a game, there's this list of the mods you want to load in this game. You just need to unclick it there. That's it. You can be subscribed and everything, you just need to unclick it, so it's not active. Hello, Young Gaming. Yeah, mainly Gonako, Panini are the only one doing more custom coding stuff, and mostly Gonako, but he's also the most active and most geeky cat that updates things fast. So it's not a problem. He can fix it quickly. It's no problem. Yeah, 11 people. Yeah. Normally, actually, I tried this before it is late, and there was like nobody here. Super Sand Mitch. Hello. Love Fireworks Mania. Cool. Very cool. Yeah, and that's it with, the game is, fairly big. There is a lot of players that have bought it and are playing it and all that. But the reason I'm doing these live streams is mainly to have a connection with you guys, because the hardcore players that are interested in seeing what's going on, you don't have to understand everything or anything for that matter, but you have some kind of interest since you're here, and that's why I'm doing these live streams, to have kind of a connection with you guys, because you are kind of the driving force in the community. So and it's nice having to. Also, it's good to get feedback like fast when I'm testing something, and sometimes you give some input that help me out if I'm stuck. I don't want to play Fireworks right now. No, not right now. But maybe let's see with the time. But maybe when we are done with some of the things I want to fix today, I will push that out as a new version, and then maybe people can join in and we can test it out together. So because that's really what this version of the experimental is for, to test out that things are actually working as they should. Even though I'm adding a little new stuff anyway, because I can't like the FOV here. I added this FOV setting now, so that's in here too. Last test when you did it during the week. But wasn't that late test? Yeah, we did one. Yeah, we did one. Yeah, we did one in the private thing, but now everybody can join, so you can play it all right now. But now I'm working on a new version, 3.1. As you can see, this is 3.1, and I'm working on 3.2 now, which I will show in a moment. That I'm kind of, it's only minor fixes and stuff like that, and upgraded some other packages and stuff. Oh, you do love Fireworks Mania as well. Stuff you can do in game that you can definitely get in trouble from real life if you did. Yeah, exactly. Beyond hidden fireworks, they have to find find for blueprints. It's the plan. Yeah, Bradley. The plan is to have, like, I'm very aware that the game content-wise is lacking right now. There is not that much to do, but that's because I have spent the last 2 years making it multiplayer enabled, which is also some kind of content, but that have taken all my time. So I haven't added new fireworks, I haven't done any hidden things, I haven't done any content related things. And now this year I'm also working on some stuff that we actually need, like a new workshop, because the SDK it's working on is very old. There are some things we need, like key bindings that people complain about. We also want some kind of drone mode, as Keltasai is saying. And next up, after what I'm working on now, of these minor things and the Unity 6 thing, is a firing system. And the firing system is kind of a umbrella word for stuff that will make it easier to do timed shows. What exactly does that mean? Well, we'll have to figure out, but it's some kind of actual firing system, but how it needs to work and how it should work to be able to time stuff, we'll have to figure it out. But I will do that, doing live stream and getting your feedback this way and showing what I have right now, and then, again, getting feedback. Are you streaming or something else? Who you talking to? I'm talking to you guys. No, there's a lot you could do in the game. You just gonna use your brain. Been doing a great job. Yeah, you can do a lot, but still there are so much, tons of things I wanna add, but I'm very aware that the game content-wise is lacking right now. And also, like, content-wise could also be some more kind of gaming thing. So it's not like a sandbox where you have everything, but something so you actually have to earn your way up to get some new fireworks that you can fire off, and something that makes it a little more challenging. The challenge right now is blowing stuff up. That's fun for a little while. Making shows for some people are fun longer, but we need some more content. But we have to move on to to actually do some of it. But anyway, so let me show you this. Find this. Okay, so I have the board here. So don't pay. I won't do everything that says here. Maybe it's just my way of trying to organize things. And right here, down below here, we have like 423 things we also have to do at some point. So a lot to do. But anyway, something I want to change, which should be hopefully a small thing. And I think I will, not because it's a special occasion, but I will stand up. Because I've been sitting down for a while, so now it's stand up time. See you, Super Sandwich. I don't think, did I use the pedal before standing? Okay, I can still use the pedal. I have a pedal where I can change these things here. Okay, so let's fix some of these things, and then I can push a new version and we can test it out mainly. But let's see how far we can get. I can't promise that we can get to it. But anyway, I'll upgrade it to a new. So what I have done in this new version 3.2 that I haven't released yet, but we are working on right now, I've upgraded to the latest Unity version, which is 6.0.33, 43. Not important for you. And then I fixed a bug that we saw in the last test. Because in the last test we saw an issue where, and some of it is still there, but it should be better now. First of all, client and the host will now be respawned when they fall off the map. They didn't always before, so that should work now. And also, if you dropped off things like spawn props over the edge, it would count up as a prop for you as a client, but you couldn't clear it out and you couldn't see it because it was gone. So there was a bug there. That's fixed too. And then some other bugs that could cause some issues with, and that's the part that is actually still a little an issue, that some of the debris from stuff, like if something is blown up, some of the debris might end up under the map, but they shouldn't take up too many resources because they are just statically there on the client. On the host, they will be gone. But yeah, I will see if I can make that better at some point. Stand-up desk. It's actually well, I work from home, so I'm not under the same laws, I guess. But in Denmark, it's actually illegal to not have standing, up and down desks. I don't know what the English word is. It's called hæve-sænke-bord in Danish. It's called up and down table. Anyway, but if you're a company and people have X amount of hours in front of the screen or at the desk at the day, you have to have desks where people can stand up, else it's illegal. Yeah, the main thing today, the main thing in the stream today is fixing some of these things, like a small one here that Keltusar complained about, and he's got a point, and I think it's pretty quick to fix. So I'll look into that first. It's just like we can just start it up here while we're waiting. So we'll fix that quickly. Then this one, which we saw last time also, is that sometimes objects are not exploded. This might be a bigger one. I'm not completely sure why this is happening, but for instance, I tried last time, and it actually was also a problem in the previous version before Unity 6. So it's nothing to do with Unity 6 or NGO or anything. But the fire stairs on the houses in the city was not blown up when you exploded it, and it should be. So that's kind of weird. And then there's a small one that Amnesty asked for, is that if we could hide, when you hide the UI, if we could also hide the outline. When you look at something that you can interact with, you get this little outline. That would be nice if that was not shown either when you hide the UI. So yeah. Yeah, right now I'm standing and dancing. Yeah, so I can take up the desk up and down. I will take it with my employer. Keltusar. Yeah, we start with a throwing logic, but let me show you first the problem. It's not a bug or anything, it's just not as intuitive as it could be. And I thought about, after Keltusar asked for it the second or third time, that it might actually be pretty easy to fix. When he moves this up and down, we are on a roller coaster. Yeah. So, okay. So, for instance, if we take a battery here and then we pick it up. So the logic right now is that if you pick something up, that is something you can ignite, it will also show the torch or the igniter here to the right. And if you click, it will go to the fuse of whatever you are holding. So that's kind of the logic. So that's fine. So if you have something that you cannot ignite, let's say we are here. So right now let's just. So right now I'm having the physics tool, for instance. I can do this, that's fine. So if I pick up now, I can't pick up now because I removed it because it was too hard for SuperDruzel to do something like this without igniting stuff. So let's say we have the clock, and then we can pick up this. And because this isn't something we can't ignite, there is no tool in the right hand. Let's see if we throw it. Yeah, and therefore when we throw it, there's nothing in the hand. Okay, now comes the point where Kel'Thuzar got confused. So I picked this up. If I throw this now, the torch is also going away. The ignite tool is going away because it's always just falling back on saying, okay, when you throw stuff, just go back to this nothing down here. Let me change it to English so it's a little easier to figure out. So to the empty hand. But then, okay, now the mouse disappeared. Okay. But Kel'Thuzar said, well, why don't we just, if you had the torch in your hand and you throw it, keep the torch in your hand. Which makes sense. So let's make it like that. Because I think it's actually quicker for me to fix than it took me to maybe not now. So let's say I think it's isn't it that the pickup tool or something like that? So let's see here. So I have to drop. Okay, here. So okay. So we have this message called pickup tool dropped. Let's see if there's somebody listening to that. There is. The tool manager. Okay, so the tool manager listens to an event that is thrown when the pickup tool drops the object. And let's see what we pass into that one. Reason, drop, throw. And then if we drop it, yeah, okay. What if we actually just don't do anything special? What if we just do like this? Because here I'm setting it back to none. And I was actually thinking about having some logic saying, okay, if the stuff you had in your hand was something you could ignite, go back to the ignite tool. But really, it shouldn't actually. It depends on how I'm saying. I can't remember. This logic is a little weird. Okay, so maybe it's not as easy as I thought. Kaboom. PC kaboom. Yes, you got confused, Kel'Thuzar. No, but it makes sense. You have the torch in your hand. If you then throw the other one, why take it away? It makes total sense. By the way, why Tim has less bass sound than before? There shouldn't be any changes to the sound. But it could be something with, yeah. Since when Artemis. Welcome back, Super Sandwich. So let's see. Let's pick up a cake here again. So okay. So it was very easy to fix. So in this case, I think it makes sense, right? When you pick this up, even though you have your torch in your hand, you pick this up and it goes away because you cannot ignite it. But you could also argue that you could just keep it, really if it was there. But that changes how the logic works. So anyway, now it works as you want, right, Kelsa? So you pick this up, you have the torch, and you throw it, and you still have the torch. You can pick it up and you can throw it. Yeah, I think this is a simple enough fix for that. It solves the problem basically. Okay, so, but instead of just doing like this, let's clean it up a bit and just do like this. That should be the same. So the reason it's drop is drop and throw, and there's no real big difference. That means I could actually make this even simpler. I don't even know why I need this now. Because nothing happens. Yeah, do we really need this? Exactly. Is this noise now? Let's see if we pick up 12. So is that the same as this one? Yeah. So maybe we could actually just get rid of all of this. I don't think it's used for anything. It's used here, but that doesn't do anything. Because it's easy just to leave it. Hello, Amnesty. It's easy just to leave it, but but if I just leave code like this and it have no effect, no, we do something else. Let's do like this. We do like this. We mark it as obsolete. Consider. So just a little reminder for myself, so that when I'm over here, I can see this has this strike through, and it will tell me this message that it's not really used. It's not the real usage of this obsolete thing. It's actually meant to be used in a little different way, but this way I kind of remind myself in the future that I need to remove this. Or I could also just be a hero and just remove it. Let's do it. We will remove it. We don't need it. I don't think we need it. And if we do, we have to just create it again. Let's see if I'm too much cleaning up. Oops. Let's see. It's good you're here, Amnesty, because I actually was gonna look into... Yeah, then we don't need to do this here anyway. Let's simplify this, because I'm gonna look at the outline thing with the UI in a moment. Just wanna grab some of the low-hanging fruits that should be fairly easy to fix. Super Sandwich. Yeah, Kelsar made a lot of maps, and Amnesty that is in here made the majority of the modded fireworks. You can see here. And Konako is not here. So you can see this is Amnesty stuff, or some of Amnesty stuff. And if we take maps, There's also amnesty stuff like here and here. But I think this one is your Kel'Thuzar, right? This is Gonako. Kel'Thuzar, Gonako, Kel'Thuzar. Can't remember if you made that one. Yeah, you did. Kel'Thuzar. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can try out. Let me go in here. Let's just make sure it still works as we tested before, and then I'm gonna check this in and then move on to the next bug. So let's see here. So we have the cake. Boom. We have some prop. Let's do this one, and let's also try with this one. So let's say I have this one in my hand. Pick this one up. Nothing. I drop it. Nothing. Pick this one up. Lighter is there. Drop it. Still lighter. Still works. Yes. Perfect. Boom. No errors. And we have this one, which we can also ignite. And now I hit F2. Okay. Oh yeah, by the way, if you haven't seen it, there's a new field of view up here. So you can now get totally crazy. Okay. Okay, that was a little too much. And you can get very... Anyway, 75 is good. Okay, so all good. And this is also more smooth now. So you can do more... While we wait for the drone mode, you can do more kind of cinematic stuff. Like so. Anyway, so that's good. It worked. Let's say that that was it and everything was fine. Okay, let me this one, and let me see. So let's see, this one fixed. So go to this one. Okay, fixed. 14. So we got that one fixed. Perfect. So that should move over here in a moment. And then I would see if I can just fix this one, because I think this was a quick one. I have to close this manually because I can't figure that one out. So hide the outline. Okay. So what? Now it does this thing again. Okay. Unity 6 have a weird issue where it's kind of hiding the mouse. Why using Godot and not Stride if you're building 3D games? Does the old bones mail arc-t? Why using Godot? I'm not using Godot. I'm using Unity, and the reason I'm using Unity is because my main programming language is C#. And I spent a lot of years in Unity, so I know that the best, and the programming language I know a lot because I work with it every day in my day job. So that's my reason for picking Unity. And I started on this game and other games way before Godot was a thing. But I made stuff in other Talk game engine, for instance, and other engines many years ago. But nothing released or anything. I would like a way to make props become immovable, so when you make a bunch of props, people can move them or pick on them. Yeah, Dusty, it is something, and this is also a big gap of missing features in the game right now. We need better way for a host to maintain a host, a better tools for it, like something like clients can only move their own stuff, for instance, or you as a host or somehow can make something like really frozen. So like if you are doing some shop or something, that people can come in and move your things around. So but it's a balance, and that's why originally my idea was that the game should be a mainly multiplayer game with your friends and not so much with strangers, because with friends you don't have that same issue, because if somebody is behaving like an idiot, you know who it is, and you know who to kick, or it's someone you know in real life. But now, as it is now with open host where everybody can join, we of course have the same problem as everybody and all other games that allows people to play together, because people are apparently, or some people are apparently idiots. So we have to have a way to protect us from them. So yeah, I totally get you, Dusty. So a lot of features for better maintaining and hosting a game is very needed also, but it's not on the radar right now, because right now you can solve it by playing with people, you could say. That's the easiest and quickest solution right now. But it could be something would be frozen, or people can only pick up their own stuff, and only ignite their own stuff, or something like that. In really old versions, when Tim was an Easter egg, the spawn in shop had much better bass. I don't think the sound is the same. I don't think I changed the sound. But of course, there could be have been changed. A lot of things have happened since back then. That's many years since it was like that, Artemis. But I think it's the same sound. I'm pretty sure about that. But there could be some audio settings in the game that I have changed since, that maybe make it a little less bass. I can't remember if I changed it, or maybe I did. It could also be, maybe it would, some of the old muffling logic that was like when sounds happened behind something that was in the way of the sound, so like behind a wall, the sound would be deeper, like muffled. Sadly, you can combine, apparently, in Master Audio, which is the tool I'm using to control handle the audio sounds. I changed that from the muffling based on collision to be a distance thing, so that the further away a sound is, the more muffled and deeper it is, like in real life. So if an explosion happens right next to you, it's very loud and very clear and with high sounds. But if the same sound is played like half a kilometer, 500 meters away, the sound, because the low, as far as I've read, the low frequency sounds travel longer than the high frequency one. So that's why when you hear an explosion that is far away, it sounds more like boom instead of you get? So I changed the logic to work like that instead. Sadly, you can't do both. I would like to have both. But there were some other issues with the old one, and that's why I switched, which was that if you went behind a lightning pole, you would suddenly get a muffled sound from something that was like 2 meters away, and that was weird. And also there was some other issues where it was like the cake box itself was kind of muffling its own sound, and that's what I'm getting at, and maybe that issue hit Tim back then without me knowing it, and maybe that was why it was more deep previously. So that was a long explanation to give an idea of why Tim might not be that deep. Okay, I need to be faster. Don't use better graphics mods. I use medium low. Okay, anyway, I can't keep up with the chat because then I would have nothing done. Okay, so hide the UI. So let's first, let me just refresh. Well, I'm both doing this to show you how it works, but I'm also doing it to refresh my memory because I can't 100% remember how this works. But I'm pretty sure there is an extra outline camera for rendering the there's something like, let's see. Let's see. So let's see if we have a cake here. So you see the outline here, the yellow the white outline. So if I hide the UI, the outline is still there. And Amnesty have kind of a point that outline maybe shouldn't be there when you don't have any UI. It's not actually technically a part of the UI, but you get the idea. So let me see something here. So UI. So the way that works is that we have a HUD here. So when I press F2, what happens then? Outline camera here. Oops. Ugh. Outline camera, why is that? Okay, there's some high frequency sound. That's annoying. Okay, that's really annoying. You know that very high frequency sound? I can hear it. It's so freaking annoying. Anyway, okay. So, as I said, I first need to figure out how this outline works. So, who is rendering this one? Okay. Why is... Oh, is this outline effect? I actually should change this outline effect to something else because it's a... yeah. It's not the best. Okay, so this one is apparently drawing it. But why do we have this outline camera? Who adds that? Let me check something out here. Let's see how this works. I can't remember how this works. Let's see, it must be outline camera. Do we have that name somewhere? There we go. So, outline camera. So that's the outline effect. So then we create that one. Okay, so it seems like this outline effect creates that. So let me just check something. Let's see here. Let's go to Web Essentials. Let's see the camera. So we don't have an outline camera, and we have here. Okay, so it has no camera. So we put itself on it, so it already have that. So it doesn't create that extra camera. That's actually a nice little thing. How to enable outlines. Okay, so so what we really want to do is we have this one. Where is that? That's object outline manager. So we have this one, which blah blah blah. Okay, so the outline, the object outline manager, or is it this one? So this one. Object highlight manager. There's this one. Relax, doggy. Why does it have an outline effect? No, okay, that's okay, that is that one. So it has that one. Okay, perfect. Fine. So if we could somehow here in the enable and disable, if we could listen to an event of the hide UI, then we could disable and enable this effect. That should really be enough. The question is, I can't remember how we hide UI on toggle. Okay. Okay, so okay, so is that a let's see something here. Okay, so it's actually an instance. Okay. Okay, I'm just basically talking to myself here, but I'm just trying to okay, so we could actually do it like this, but I'm not super fan of that reference, because if I do this, then the object outline manager have a direct reference to the player UI manager, and I'm not, then have a dependency on that, and I'm not really a fan of that. Where is that player UI manager? That must be on the UI here somewhere. Okay, player UI manager. So it's here. Okay. Okay, so it okay, maybe we should do it the other way around. Maybe the player UI manager should have a reference to the, because it have a reference to the hot canvas, and that's most likely because it's disabling it. Yeah, exactly. On hide UI trigger. What? On hide UI toggle. Oh, that's the name tag. Okay. Yeah, okay. So we are doing it there. Okay, so we actually do it here in the player name tag controller. Okay, let's do it like this. Not a super fan, but it kind of how it works in the other one. So let's do it like that. Okay, so when we enable the object highlight manager, we hook up this event that we haven't created yet. And then when we hide it, we unsubscribe from it. Boom. That should be fine. Okay, so so on hide UI, then we can just say, okay, if outline effect is different from null, let's see. Is UI hidden? Okay, so it's hidden. Is hidden. So, okay. Okay, so when we hide the UI, the highlight manager, it will be, so when the highlight manager starts, it will hook up to an event on the player UI manager called on hide UI toggle. and when that fires, it disables this outline effect, which renders the outline effect. I'm not. Not really a fan of that reference to this one here. Anyway, let's see if it works at all first before I start complaining about my own code. Lucky Echo, I've been wondering this forever, but not been able to ask. Finally got it. What network are you using? I'm using Unity's own network for game objects. Netcode for game objects, it's called. NGO. This one, I don't know if yeah. So it's Unity's own netcode for game objects. Unity's multiplayer thing. So I'm using that one, and I'm using for the transport, the way people actually connect to each other. You can use different transport things to actually communicate, and here I'm using Steam's network transport thingy. So I'm using Steam's relay, or Steam's way of connecting players. But here when I'm testing in Unity, I'm actually using Unity's own relay service. I was originally using that for everything in the game because it was much simpler in many ways. The problem is it comes with a fairly high price, and this game sends a lot of traffic, sadly still. I haven't gotten it down yet a lot. I have some ideas, but I haven't gotten to it yet. So it sends a lot of traffic because there's all this physics going on and things are moving, a lot of things are moving and stuff like that. So it sends a lot of traffic, and that turns out, just in our test we did, it was pretty costly for me. And as people are only buying the game once, I couldn't afford, keep playing for players playing. Also, because I was also paying for all the people that pirated the game. So I was kind of paying people that stole the game to play multiplayer, which was... And I talked with Unity, and there was no way around it. I couldn't kind of do some key swap or something that made all the old versions not work anymore. So I had to switch like last minute or at the end of the multiplayer, but right before release, I had to change for the Steam connection. So yeah. Yeah, exactly, Sandwich. The problem is that, and people don't understand that when they get pirated versions, they get a free game. They steal from the developer, so the developer might stop making games. But furthermore, they are also getting typically a game that performs worse because, as you said, there are typically a lot of bad malware in these, or Bitcoin miners, or viruses, or whatever in these games, in these pirated versions of the games. So yeah, not gonna recommend that. Let's see what happens when we hide. Boom! Woohoo! Works. Okay, then we have a problem, because then when I move away... Okay. I don't know if you can see the problem, but it actually works as we want. When I'm pressing F2 here and the UI hides, the outline also disappears. You can see there's no outline here, and when I'm checking in here, it's there again. So it actually works as we want. But I saw a problem, because if I hide it now and then move away, like far away, and then turn on again, then this one is, it kept being highlighted. And that's not how it's supposed to work. So what can we do? What can we do? Let's see. So something in the outline effect here. But this is not actually my code. It's okay, maybe we should just always when is hidden. So if it is hidden, then we stop highlighting. Maybe that can fix it. So when we hide the UI, we always stop highlighting and we disable the outline effect. And then when it comes back, it will trigger in and then highlight it again if needed. I think that will work. Let's see. Ayuram Duvik, hi, how is the VR stuff going? Well, I haven't done any VR. Other than that, actually, like 2 hours ago, talked with my youngest son about an idea because we were watching something in the television, and I was saying to him that I should maybe when I get to redo the inventory in the game again, when I have to redo the UI and stuff, I should maybe make it so that when you hit tab, the character do a quick animation, like, you know. Oops. Do a quick animation. Let's see if I can get out here. Okay, I can't. A quick animation taking the arm behind his back and then spawn a little tablet and then take the tablet in front of the face. So for you as a player, it would look more or less the same, but it would look like he's kind of holding a tablet right in front of his head. Because that way we also have a animation visual of people looking in the inventory. So you can see when other people are looking in the inventory, they will be looking at this tablet thing, where right now they're just standing. So some animation, and the good thing, and the thing is that if I make it like that, so the inventory is on that tablet that you hold in front of your eyes, then hopefully it will be easier to just take that tablet that have all the logic and mount it to your VR hand when we get to the VR thing. So yeah, just an idea, and we just talked about that, but I haven't done any VR thing. But in VR you would maybe get it like typically you have something on your wrist that you click and then it shows up or something like that. But yeah, but still that idea with the tablet, and it could also just be an animation that play for other players, so you can see people are looking in the inventory. The inventory could still just show up as a normal UI. But anyway, but no, nothing has happened to the VR yet. Sorry, I'm a little behind here. Roadmap, yes. Okay, so let's see again. So let's spawn this cake here, boom, like that, and just check something. Okay, so it's highlighted, highlighted, highlighted. We click F2, we move away, F2 again. Damn it! Why is it? Stop highlighting. Let's see what that does. Okay, let's do a breakpoint here so we can see. So here it's highlighted, and then we press F2. So if it's hidden, which it is, we should stop the highlight. Yes. Ah. Why was it? What? Stop hiding broadcast. Reset. Ah, okay. So why when I enable it again? You see the problem, right? You know, it's hidden now, everything is working. I'm over here doing my stuff, and then I enable the UI again, and then suddenly this one lights up. That's not how it's supposed to be. Why is that happening? So it keeps... Ah, it's because it... Oh. It's because it keeps... No. It's because I hide it and then have... okay. Wait. Okay, so it's because it keeps highlighting. So stop. Okay, the simple way is, okay, so if okay, so stop highlighting, and then we say if just return. So if just for testing, because you can maybe do it in a little beautiful way. So I think it's happening because it will, after I hide the UI and it removes the highlighting, right after it's trying to do a highlight again, putting in some outlines here on the outline effect, even though the outline effect is disabled. And therefore it's... But why is it not removed then when I'm stopping highlighting? Wait a second. Remove outline effect. Should remove it there. Let's just try this quickly. I'm not sure if it works. Let's see. So if that's right, GPU. I love to see how small games grow up, like Mania, Derail Valley, Wolfpack, Boat crew. Boat crew. What's that? No, I didn't hear about it. Boat crew sounds interesting. So it's like a sailing thing or okay. Boat crew. Okay, so it's a boat fighting kind of game. So it's a boat fighting game. Okay, never heard of that. But I didn't hear about the other ones either, actually. But the boat crew just caught my attention. Whoops. So let's see. Okay, so let's try again. So we put down the cake here and we outline. All good. Whoops. Hide down outline. Ugh. It's like it's not. Okay, so that's another one. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, okay. So now it's turned off, and then I'm looking down here, and then it triggers, and it's false. So it shouldn't do anything. So where's all the outlines? Outlines here. So there are two. Why? Why are they there? How did they get there? It's on this one. Okay. So maybe we could fix another problem here, because I think when it's stop highlight rendering anything, it only stops highlighting whatever the target is here. But and that's kind of because it's made so that you can have multiple things being outlined at the same time. But I'm pretty sure we don't use that. The thing I'm thinking is that I could actually just, when I'm stop highlighting something, instead of just only, I could basically I could basically do something like this. Outlines. What are we doing? Outlines. Oh, okay, we cannot. Okay. Remove outlines. We have to have a specific one. Yeah, okay. This is not working. So it's only removing the highlights. I actually don't get it. Why don't it? So if the... Okay, wait a second. So if this outline, what is happening in the... do we have an update method or something like this here? Don't actually have an update method. So how is this? On pre-render. Ah, okay. Ah. And then it does a lot of stuff I don't have any knowledge about. Auto enable. Oh, wait a second. So on enable. Do we have it on this enable? No, we only have. Yeah, sorry I'm a bit quiet. I'm thinking here. So is it maybe this enable outlines, but that... No. We could also do it in another way. The outline effect have a camera, right? Oops. So outline camera. So we could enable and disable that. Okay, so okay, wait a second. So what if we did it like that? So instead of UI play, oh, that's this one. Instead of UI play. Okay. Anyway, so instead of disabling the outline effect script, then we could maybe take the outline camera and enable and disable that. But that means that we should not set this one. So we should not here, we should not have anything here. So it generates this new camera, and then we disable that camera, and that should actually be it. So now it will create its own source camera underneath the main camera, and then use that to render, maybe. No, let's see how it does it. So how does it do it? Here, so outline camera. Search for that, cannot find it. Okay, let's see. I'm not 100% sure, but let's see if this is better. And my code. Oh, did I miss something you tried in programming and my code is working, I guess? Well, so let's try again here. And see, that's the problem, because it's not actually using that one. So why isn't it? So the outline camera is also using this camera. Oh, that's because it's finding that one. So we have to copy component and then outline camera. So let's try that. Let's go here and then add empty and then outline camera, and then we put in this one and then we put in that one in here and then see if that works. So we hopefully do use this outline camera. Let's see. I have no idea what that is, Artemis. Create highlight video. Oh, okay. Okay, I can create my own. Okay, let me just try something here. Right now, I'm creating my own highlight video. There are some new icons here in the live stream backend thing. So now I'm creating a new highlight video from what I'm doing right now. So let's see here. So let's try and see here. So I can now click this one and then do a highlight of me doing a highlight. Okay, it's a little behind, so I have to wait a little. And then now shouldn't. Okay, that's weird. So why can't I see? I just talked about a highlight. Okay, here it is. So I can do like that. Test. Highlight. Okay, that's. So now it posted a highlight or what? That's weird. Anyway, yeah, Dusty, you might be right. We might need a hint for that. but the I totally get it, but it's also we cannot have hints for everything, because then we will end up with tons of icons. But maybe that's what that's another setting. By the way, we need a setting to hide the tooltips, because when you know how to play the game, you don't really need it. But yeah. Okay, so let's see again. So we have highlights here. Let's see if we have highlights. We don't, because something is messed up. So we have it here. The camera. Not everything. Okay. What? This outline thing is getting more and more weird. Target texture. Okay. Is there another way to do this? So is there a way to hide it maybe? Am I missing something here? Is there some kind of method? Let's see. I should really do. Source camera. So we can make it. Why is this so hard? And that's why that's not now, but I have already another outline solution I would try out, but that's a bigger thing to change that, because this one is a little limited. But it's been working out fine so far. It's just this one that is very annoying. So it kind of works, but it's not working. So if when I disable it, okay. If is hidden, so if it is hidden, then I stop highlighting stuff. So that means I go in and remove all the highlights here. So when it comes back, and when I add it to highlighting it, it should only do it if it's if enable. So if it's not enabled, it should just go back. Why is this not working? So it starts highlighting it, and then when I hide the outline, it stopped rendering. Not well. The disabling of the component makes it not render anymore. That's fine, but I want to remove the hide the outline so that when I enable the UI again, it's not showing up. It feels like this was what we tried before too. Okay, so the test highlight actually showed up. Okay, cool. Yeah, about the tooltips, but it does works. It does help some people, but I've also seen streamers and YouTubers just sitting and couldn't figure out what to do, and there was just like a tooltip saying press tab for inventory, you know, or something like that. So yeah, you can win them all. So we hide it, we show it, we hide it, we show it. So this is all good. But the problem is if I'm looking away now, it's coming back here. And why is that? So now I'm moved away, so it shouldn't. It's super weird. Okay, so now I want to hide. You want to do that all the time, that's fine. And then do this. So it keeps highlighting that one. That's fine. Okay, so then we remove this. And then we set a breakpoint here. So it goes down, it stops highlighting that criminalis things. And then it sets the outline effect to being disabled. Then now what? Then some suddenly start highlighting shows up with null. That's fine. And that's done, so let's go out. Let's just check here. Outlines. Okay, so there's no outlines right now, so that's good. So that's good, that's good. Now we have this one again here. So now all the outlines are gone. And then I set it back here. And then we don't have anything. This doesn't hit. Enable, and we need to, yeah, okay. And then we enable it again. And then suddenly turned on. How? Wait a second, is it because this outline here unenable? Okay, that's why. That's why. It's because when no. No, no, no. Okay, wait a second. So when we remove here, so stop highlighting, yeah, here. So render outline. See here. So what we do is that we find the outline components on what we're looking at, and if it's there, we just disable it. And I think somehow that is being somehow triggered when it's enabled again. And we don't want that. Yes. Okay, so we should remove it here. So we remove it from the outline list here. So this might fix some other problems what we have had. And then we actually need to destroy this outline, not disable it, but actually destroy it, remove it from the component. And then I think it should work. And then we don't need this one anymore either. If this holds up, we don't need that one anymore. So because now we're actually removing the outline on the outline target. Which again means we actually don't. We might not even need this one. Actually, I don't think we need that one either. Okay, let's try this. Let's try it. Exciting. Yeah, no problem, Kulsa. Lucky you just call the lines that you call when you look away from the item naturally before hiding the UI. Not the same function. But the same function. Yeah, but it's not that, and that's why this outline thing that I'm using here, it's a little weird, because you could see that there is some logic that when there's an outline effect, which is, well, I have an highlight manager that I created that uses an outline effect. The outline effect handles all the outline components, and the outline components are added to whatever you need to render or you need to highlight. And these outline, as we saw before, when enabled, kind of puts themselves back into the list of things that needs to be outlined. And I think that's what is messing things up. Performance-wise, it might be a little tougher that I now remove the component and add them again instead of just disabling it. But it shouldn't be that much. So wait, there is an outline, but it's very okay, so now it's just adding and disabling it all the time. Yeah, okay. It's there, but it's very small now. It's gone. It's there, it's gone. And now it's not there. Okay, so it actually do work. But, okay, so I have another idea. So, instead of doing what we did here, let me just go in and... so instead of destroying it, let's just disabling it, because that It's also better for performance. But I think I don't like this one. I don't like this one. I don't like this one. Because what I think happens is that I think this one has an unenable. Yes. So when I hide the outline effect, it hides, that's fine, everything is gone. But when I enable it again, so when this one is being enabled, so when I show the UI again and this outline effect is being enabled, it finds all the outlines in the entire game and then adds them. Whatever that means. So it's a linked list. So it adds them to this list. So it's like whenever this one, the outline effect is enabled, it will find all the outlines in the world, in the game, and then it will just add them. The question is if... Yes, and then it will go through them here. Yeah, exactly. But they are not, so maybe we auto enable outlines. So that is false, and I'm pretty sure it was set to, it's not set to true here. See, anyway, it's not set. So that's false. So that means that, but we can add a breakpoint and then we can see it. But it's something in this one, because then we add it to these lines, and these lines are then, we take the outline here, blah 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 blah, share material, blah 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 blah, 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 blah. Render thing. But why? It should really only add it. Okay, let's quickly try this. I think it should only add it if it's enabled, but let's see. By the way, this song here is very inspired by another one. Anyway, this is so much like one of the Danny ones. Okay, that's actually funny. Okay, it's a little sidestep here, but listen to this. So this is stream beats that you just heard. That was stream beats, royalty-free music, super great. But listen to this one. No, it's not that one. Was it just me? And then listen to this. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's just, yeah, just funny. Could just hear it was the same kind of song. Anyway, okay, so it's crazy there's still 7 people looking, because this must be very boring. But we might be there. I might have it right in a moment. I might have it, and then let's see. So, okay. So we put down the cake again, and we have some outline. So, okay. So we have blah 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 blah. Enable. Okay. Okay. So we have this. We disable. And then we look away, and then we enable again. And now, yes, now we run into this enable method in the outline effect here, and that will most likely find, yes, the outlines of diffuse in this criminality thing, and this is false, so it goes down here, and then it just adds them here. But the problem is that this outline here is not enabled. It should be disabled. Yes, you can see it's disabled. But the thing is that it's rendering it anyway. So here, and then add outline, and then we add it to that one. Okay, so this is weird. This is the bug, I think. I think this is actually, and that is actually weird. So it just finds all the outlines. Do we have something that only finds the enable ones? Include inactive, false. No, we cannot use that, because then this one won't work. So let's just say here, and OL enabled. So now it would only add the already enabled outlines to the list of outlines that it needs to render. Meaning it now works. I think it works now. Said that before, but no, I don't know, but I think it works. Let's see. So much for a freaking outline. Jesus Christ. I'm truly interested. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I would be fine too, because I think something like this is interesting. But okay, so let's see. Okay, so so we have outline. We hide the outline, show the outline. All good, all good. Then we look away. Boom. And we have outline. Okay. Maybe this also fixes the problem. I don't know if you noticed it, but there are some props that keeps the outline for some reason. And it's like it won't go away. I'm not sure this is the problem, but it's just I've just noticed it on some stuff. But anyway, so okay. So let's do something here. Outline. Only outlines one at a time, but it works. No errors, anything. Then you decide to hide the outline in the UI. So now there's no outline, no UI. Brilliant, happy camper. Boom. Okay, so very cool. It works. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so the fix actually ended up being fairly simple. Let's see. So we don't have source camera. Where's the source camera? But maybe we should just do like this so we don't already have it because it finds it anyway. Let's just double check something again. Yeah, it's weird, but it's like it keep happening to the. I don't know if it's Gonako who made it, but these light. There are some light props. I don't know. I think it's Gonako who made them, but there are some light props, and I've seen it on them many times, and I also looked a bit into it, but I couldn't see why it's specifically happening on them. Yeah, I've seen it a lot too, but but it's mainly on these lamps. Anyway, let's see here. So let's do like this, and then let's just try with one of these, just for. Okay, so outline, no outline, still works, yes. But okay. So that's okay, perfect. What? Okay, so it works perfect. Nice. Okay, so the outline, play, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. Okay, fix. And then what was it? Oh. Okay, so then this one is fixed too. Yeah, I don't think I can make a build today and test it and everything. But maybe we can do that tomorrow in a live stream, maybe. That would be nice to have this one go out. But I would also like to look a bit into this one first. Because that's kind of weird. But I could also right now upgrade some of the packages because there are some of the, let's see, authentication, that's probably not that important, but multiplayer services, let's see here what is fixed. Okay, minor one, but okay. And then there is some timeline, not that useful, and the transport. Fixed. Okay, so it's minor things. But maybe let's just update them anyway. Now that we are here anyway. Usually but I'm also just started on this version, but usually I upgrade stuff in the beginning of a new version and then I do some implementations so that I'm testing these upgrades of the packages while developing some new features. But these seems like something that shouldn't really be a problem. Famous last words, but anyway. Let's just upgrade these packages here. So localization also have one. Okay. Let's see. So I'm just gonna upgrade all these packages now, and then but I won't push a build today. As I said, I want to look a little more into this thing about these stairs not blowing up, because it's not like it's not working at all, this destruction logic, because it works for a lot of other stuff. So it's something different. Let's see. Education. Player name does not update correctly when calling. Part of the stage. I'm just upgrading one package at the time here, checking it in, so that if it doesn't work, I can just undo that one package update. I don't want to test each of them because it seems like minor updates. Again, famous last words, but I also cannot spend time on too small things. So I'm betting it now that it's working, but it's always when you do that, when you try and take a shortcut and say, okay, I tested in a bit, I just do these minor things, and then I tested in a bit, and then something stupid little thing break everything. And then the shortcut you took was not a shortcut anyway. That's the classic maneuver thing. How to get another lighter? Use the custom lighter mod, yeah. Lighters is talking about content that we talked about in the beginning. Actually, I might consider, because we have talked about making, custom tools so that modders can make their different tools that can do various things. But I was actually thinking about maybe not allowing to mod. Of course, you can hack your way through it, but not officially allowing lighters for modders. It's a little annoying because it could be fun because Gonako already made the mod, but it could also be fun that lighters were a little bit special and you had to kind of, somehow earn in the game a way to get a cooler lighter. If you know what I'm saying. It's fun enough that you could do it via mods, because that opens up a lot of people can do various lighters. That's cool. But we could, of course, still have that and then still have some special in-games one. But it's not making it that special in-game if you can get it from a mod too. So it's just like, again, to add some kind of game achievement things in the game, it would be fun, especially because the lighter is a pretty important tool in this game. So it could be fun that lighters was something that you kind of had to earn to get whatever special lighter. Would all just be sounds and visuals, I guess, but then you could kind of be kind of a cool guy because you had the golden lighter or whatever, because you played you fired off more than 1,000 things or 10,000 things or something like that. That might be fun. Okay, so this one, the Unity transport, that is the only one that could mess something up, I think. Well, everything could mess something up, but this is the biggest risk, I think. But I'm a daredevil, so I'm just upgrading, and then let's see. No, I don't have to break the low poly. The cool lighters could still be low poly lighters. Yeah, and that's the that's the thing. Yeah, I don't know. On one side, it would be cool to let modders just do lighters, as Gonako already did. But on the other hand, it would also be fun if it was something that was a little special that you had to do something extra for. I don't know. Let's see when we get to it. Okay, so upgrade all of these. I don't dare to upgrade this one right now because yeah, this is a more tricky one with the skies here. No, let's not go with that one yet. And then we always have internal error. But sometimes when you upgrade packages and do stuff, you have to restart Unity. Because why? Well, because. Just because. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So like, yeah, okay, so even though custom lighters could be kind of a modded thing, the in-game ones, the one you had to earn somehow, or buy via DLC, but mostly funny, you had to earn it. That would of course be special because then you would have it no matter what the host do. That's right. And in contrast to the characters, the lighters don't really. Okay, of course, low poly lighters could mess up Amnesty and Kel'Thuzar's feelings when they're playing realistically. So, yeah. But the same for characters, yeah. But again, the characters again could have. You're right. It could then work, but only these people could use them that earned them. That's fine. But it can mess up that realistic gameplay, right? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, and you cannot lock the characters right now. Yeah, okay. Or can you? No, you can't. Can you? No. You can't lock characters, right? No. Can't even remember. But no. We talked about it, I think, but you can't do it. So maybe let's try a little multiplayer version here. As I mentioned in the beginning, one of the cool things about Unity 6 is that I can now do this. So I have some predefined setup here where I can just say I want a 2-player game, and then I just click play, and it will start up 1 player in this version. in this window here, and then pop up another window that only runs while the game runs, and then the other window closes down again, where there's another player. And this way I can easier test multiplayer things. Now it started up on the other screen, but I will take it over in a moment when it started. So like this and like this. Come on. So like this. And let me just do a quick game marking so it's simple. Like this. Boom. Okay, so now I have 2 players here. Easy peasy. Now I had to set it up, which took a while, but that was because before I was going live, I had the other one on the other screen. But the problem is you can't see it then, and therefore I had to move it here. And I was also debugging some stuff, so I had these other panels like the inspector and console and stuff like that. So anyway, so here we have the player here. We can go full screen on this guy. And then we can go here. And right now, when I'm connecting Unity to Unity, I'm using the Unity's relay. So even though these 2 clients are right next to each other, the traffic is actually going on the internet and back, as far as I understand. So there should be kind of a realistic delay. I think I'm gonna play with it now. Best Steam game. Mania. Oh, cool. Cool Delano Fatath. Yeah, it's a It's the current limitation that that the lighter mod is not working multiplayer. Okay, here we go. I don't know what happened before. So let's see. Yes. And as we learned last time, and I think it's actually when I'm streaming, because I was working on the game previously before streaming, and I don't feel like this window to the right, this kind of fake player, was choppy as this. Like it's not lagging. It's like I don't know, dropping frames or whatever. And it's only this one. It runs weird. Where this one is like, it's fine, but this one is weird. But it seems like it's worse, at least when I'm streaming. So anyway, hello. So let's see here. Talk to myself. Hello. 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 So left and right. Perfect. 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 Hello. Hello. Okay. So that works. Works the other way. Yes. Okay. Cool. Let's try and do some this. See, that's working too. So the destruction worked there too on the fence. So I don't know what's happening with these stairs in the city. So okay, that was another thing. That was a connection error, but that was not a problem. That was only a one-time thing, so it was kind of a no. Oh, that's the classic UI thing, doozy thingy. Yes. Which I also want to fix at some point. Okay, but anyway, it seems like it's working still. Can we switch language? Oops. Yes. Perfect. Let's try quickly and go, if we change look here and then run with the client here. Let's see. What's that? Let's see if it works. Yes, it works. And what about the host? That's also still working. Perfect. Okay. Stream host client. Yeah, exactly. No, it's not the upload. I think that makes it choppy. I think it's the encoding of the stream and the camera and rendering one Unity and another Unity window. Yada yada. I think it's something like that. It's not like it's internet laggy. It's more like dropping frames or choppy or something like that. Because my internet can handle. I have high speed, so that's not the problem. So it's something else. But as long as I know that that is the problem, then I just, I shouldn't do performance things while streaming and in the editor for that matter. So that's fine. Well, I can't do, but I can't compare it at least to when I'm not streaming. So, okay. So, seems to be working. Let's see here. So that's good. Let's just build it just quickly here, just to see that works, because that upgrading packages can also sometimes, especially upgrading Unity, can have some weird impacts on the building of the game. So let's build that one. Hello again, Dusty. Hello, Santi Papa. So don't jump. Just jump off. Oh yeah. So you want to see Keltai when I go further away, like. But it should be the same. But yeah, I can try that. But there is still an issue with debris from explosions. But I'll have to see if I can do something like that. Okay, so I upgraded the packages, by the way. That's this one. I don't dare to do that yet. This one I tried out earlier just to have fun, but maybe I should look into this one, because that's something that people are asking for. Again, just to take some minor things in, but I don't want to add too much, because I also want to have this version out so we can get this one out to be the main version built in Unity 6, and then I can continue on all these firing system and some of these minor things, so that we can also get an upgraded mod tool so Gunago can fix the mods, so yeah, everything works again. Test scrolling. Oh. Yeah, you're right. But the funny thing, yeah, one time it was the input system that messed up the scrolling, and the other time it was Unity upgrading to Unity 6 that messed it up. Let's try it. But it built. Yes, it built. Perfect. That's funny actually. Okay, that's funny. And I was, yeah, it's a very nerdy thing, but this time I started the stream. Now I'm just jumping around. Where is? Oh, here's. Just while it's loading here, let's also include some mods. I just discovered something. Let's just try with some mods here. Boom. Oh, yeah. Okay, fine. The last couple of times I've started the stream by making a new scheduled live stream, because then I could avoid having a thumbnail on the live stream, because in the YouTube UI I cannot remove that thumbnail I put in, because the reason I wanted to remove it is because I wanted the dynamic thumbnail of the live stream to show up on YouTube. And now I can see in the mail I got from your live, actually have a kind of a real thumbnail of the live stream like you're seeing here, and not that custom one. And now when I look at my channel, I also saw a real thumbnail of the live stream and not this custom one, fixed one. So maybe they changed and fixed it so I don't have to do it, because I started the stream normally today, which has another benefit, because then some settings are the same. Yeah, maybe this is most interesting for me. But it was just like the live stream actually shows up with a preview of the live stream and not a custom thumbnail, which is good, because that's what it should show. Let's see when I've stopped the live stream what thumbnail shows up there. No, okay, scrolling things. So we go packages here and we scroll. Oh, we scroll, no problem. Scrolling like there's no tomorrow. Okay, so you said let's let's see. Let's go out here. So you wanted to go out here. You want to go with some force, right? So what if we do something like this? So let's build a little something here, and then we stand on it. And then we go to the other client and we go to players and we teleport, and then we are here too. So we can stand here. And then let me try and ignite this one and let's see what happens. Okay, one. Okay, so this guy went out and was teleported in, and this guy was actually blown into the map. Okay, let's do something else here. Let's just try this. I have some propane thingies here. Oops. Pretty hard when you have to play for two. So then we can go down here. Oh, maybe we should we'll see. So it's not okay, fine. Stand here, and then we go here, and we go here. one. You can go here. Talking about the muffling, you can maybe hear it now. A little. Ah, okay, not when we... We load it up again. Hello, mini ninjas. Okay. But I'm trying to. I was just messing around and see what happened here. If we got any errors or anything. Doesn't seem like it. And now I'm trying to load some propanes here, and then hopefully some of them light up, and then you can hear. Hear difference. Hear the sound now. I need to be further away. This map is maybe a little too... It's also hard to hear when so much stuff is going on. And don't look at the performance now, because I'm streaming and it's running in 2 unities, yada yada yada. So it's always performing bad when we do it like this. Okay, cool. Okay, but seems like everything is working so far. Disconnected, server shut down, that's also fine. Oh, we also, damn it, I should have set it to, I used to set it, when I'm streaming I used to set it to 90, so it's not using all my power. That's my mistake. I usually do like this, so it's not as tough for the machine. But anyway, let's stop here. Okay. Okay, yeah. But I think that's it for now. It's like 2 hours now and 18 minutes. Oh! And I've been standing up all the time, I think. Yeah. So any last questions? But anyway, I think I need to do some tire changing tomorrow for winter tire, summer tires, and maybe some other stuff. But after that, I might have time to do a live stream again where I might look into this stairs thing. And then else, I think I will just publish this version to experimental, and then we can test it on stream with you guys. Oh, new follower, Mini Ninjas 2000. Thank you for the following. Do you know any good resources for learning algorithms? No, actually not. I'm not kind of a algorithm guy, really, to be honest. Lucky Show Dev, thank you for the following. I will do a notification, you know that, and if I forget it, you remind me. No, but let's hope we can and this time now, because we have it out on the experimental branch, then everybody can join in who wants to in the stream. Would you say it's like basically math? No, what I can tell you is that before I have an education in computer, and a degree in computer science, or whatever it's called in English. Anyway, and I work as my day job is as being a consultant and basically a developer. So I develop software and APIs and stuff like that. And when I was applying for that education back in 2004 or something like that, I was a little nervous because I was actually not that good at math in school. I was not bad, but I was not good either. I was just like average Joe. So I was like, oh, do I need to be good at math to be able to program and algorithms and all that stuff? And it turned out that you don't have to at all. But afterwards, I learned that some of the things that I didn't understand back with math, I understood and learned while coding, and then can apply some of it to math now. But it's more it's more a way of thinking more than it is to be good at logarithm stuff and for whatever functions and whatever stuff you have in math. Because programming is completely different, but it's somehow some of the same things maybe in your brain you need to do. But anyway, it's just to say you can be bad at math and good at programming, because that's me. Cool, Delano. I'll see you tomorrow then, and then we can hopefully play on stream and test out and see if we can find some bugs. So can you host tomorrow, Keltusar? Are you still not on your main machine? Or is that still a challenge? Oh, I forgot to put on my... Oh, damn it. I should have been wearing my monitor glasses, which look exactly the same, but they are not as strong as these ones. I never have. It never was a challenge. It's just a question of what we see. I was writing. Oh yeah, okay. But yeah, else we find something, somebody else who can host the game. No problem. It's just to the other people. Typically, when we are doing this test, I don't want to be the host because I'm typically the host when I'm testing myself. So it's better for me to be a client because it's then easier for me to discover things that doesn't work for clients. If that makes sense. You played 11 hours today. That's crazy. So what did you do? So like, did you build a show or? I haven't checked for a while, but it's not like there's not a ton of open public host at the moment, right? It's kind of off season, you know. It's not the high fireworks season right now. Okay. So you host your own game and then people join in and you were just making shows. And that's another, as we talked about earlier, this hosting thing, because that should be a thing too, you know, so that, you know, clients cannot touch your stuff. So that you can host a multiplayer session, go in and start building a show. And then people that are joining can go around and watch and talk to you, and you can chat and get input, whatever, but they can't destroy what you're building. That would be nice too, if you can do that as a host. So you can kind of say, I'm the only one who can do stuff, basically. Because then I think more people would play multiplayer while working on it, because I think it's kind of fun when people join your game and, you know, talk and see what you're doing. But you also have the trolls joining that, sometimes trolls that want to destroy stuff, but sometimes it can also just be people joining and don't know what you're doing. And then set something off in the other end, and that ends up in your end and then blows stuff up. So yeah. Yeah, Super Sandwich, it's 2 hours and 25 minutes, and I've been standing up for almost all the time. Pretty crazy. But as I said, I might be live tomorrow, but it will be earlier tomorrow. It will be most likely around 4 o'clock or something like that. But let's see. And then I will push this version at some point, and then we can test it on stream. That's the plan. Yes, exactly. And some of that, because as I said, as Ketusai is saying here, that the next big thing after what I'm doing right now, which is hopefully soon done, will be firing system. And firing system is the umbrella title for stuff that makes it easier to make shows. And one of the features under that umbrella could actually be some kind of setting where you say only the host can do stuff. Everybody else can't do anything than talk and chat and walk around and look, for instance. So kind of that could also be used kind of a streamer thing. So if you want to invite a lot of viewers in to see your show, you can invite, because also when people can't do anything other than watch, I think we can have much bigger hosts easily. I think maybe we can have 50 people in then. If they are only walking around and watching. But we'll have to figure out and test stuff like that. Same to you, Mini Ninjas. Thank you for the following, and see you tomorrow, maybe. Yeah, the rest of the day for me is like 6 minutes. Then it's the next day. Yeah, it could be used both as a streamer mode and also as a I'm making a show and people can join in to have a chat, but can't destroy or do anything. Yeah, I think that the lobby system supports up to 100 players, but that might be too much. But I don't think 50 is unrealistic if all people can do is walk around and talk and chat. But we'll see. Okay, anyway, I'm out. See you guys maybe tomorrow, hopefully. But thank you for joining in today, and good progress. We got some stuff done. That's nice. See you guys. Bye.